Welcome to the Hawker Tempest. Now, talking about the Hawker Hurricane was quite a big aeroplane. This is a really big aeroplane. In fact, it's so big, it's really pushing the limits of what is possible with the propulsion system, i.e. a piston engine. And because the Hawker Tempest had a Napier engine in it, it was, how can we say, a little bit tricky. Its lineage came from an aircraft called the Hawker Typhoon, which wasn't quite so successful and also had the disadvantage of asphyxiating its pilots whilst they were in the cockpit. It was always a good idea to keep the cockpit shut when you were running on the ground because the exhausts came straight into the cockpit, which was not a happy place for them to be. Nonetheless, this fighter, this interceptor, high altitude, very fast, engines on the verge of destruction virtually the whole time. This found a niche at the opposite end of the scale because the Mustang had taken up the mantle of being the preferred long-range interceptor over Germany. So what on earth was this good for? Well, they discovered it could be good for doing a lot of things at hedgerow level. Now, if you saw one of these coming at you and you happened to be in a bunker or something, be very afraid. Because what they did was they strapped rockets underneath, and there's devastating gun camera footage of what a squadron of Hawker Tempests could do at low level in terms of strafing, tank busting, all that good stuff, which of course was in absolute short supply after D-Day and the invasion. There was a lot of German stuff buried in what was known as the bocage, in other words, lots of hedgerows, and they would bury tanks in there, and it would be extremely difficult to get at them. You couldn't drop bombs on them because bombs are frankly not very reliable in the Second World War. The only way you could get there was what is now called close air support. I give you close air support, the Hawker Tempest.